I'm a senior AI engineer in actually a Californian company right now. I'm working in this area pretty long time. It's almost like 10 years in AI and also machine learning engineering. So I want to discuss about what is AI engineering is and also how we can actually get into this market. Right now, the AI industry is really booming right now. So I can see that so many jobs actually in AI domain. Also, AI engineering is actually a new area, kind of, because after ChatGPT is actually getting more popular, this industry is actually getting more booming after that. So, uh, yeah, so I get into this industry and also AI engineer. The the job title, those are pretty new as well. Previously, there wasn't any AI engineer. It was more like ML engineer or data scientist or data engineer. There's a more common title. But since 3 years ago, actually the AI engineer title actually started and actually and also it's getting more popular nowadays. And also demand of the AI engineer is actually more and more because this industry, this market actually getting more bigger nowadays. So now almost every company actually using AI, especially like some ChatGPT or AI agents. Yeah, those are is actually emerging area of the market right now. So, and also this area, not many people are experienced. So, yeah, for me, it's every day, almost at least four recruiters actually approach to me for availability. So, so this area is really bright in the future. I can see that. And then the demand is getting more and more. Uh, but the thing is, the qualified candidate is not many in this area. So for our company also, we are actually hiring many AI engineers. But whenever I interview someone, actually they are not really ready. They don't know the basic questions, basic the concept either. So it's very hard to find the right people in this area. So if you are ready, then it's pretty bright and also easier to get into. So let me share my the experience and also actually about the concept of AI engineering as well. So yeah, so for introduction, yeah, so I already talk about myself a lot, but yeah, I'm AI engineer across the sector. So I work on many different industry. But the many part of my years was in energy industry, energy and utility, uh, and also startups. So yeah, I was started as a data scientist about like 10 years ago, 12 years ago almost. At the time, there was no title for AI engineer, but everyone was actually data scientist. There wasn't any machine learning engineer or any other uh, similar titles. But now, actually, it's AI engineer. So I've been actually AI engineer about like 3 years for now. But previously, the title was a data scientist. So, what actually making it this one popular is that the LLMs actually the large language model. So, recently, the big companies, big techs like the Meta or the OpenAI, they train a lot of data, huge, humongous data, and then they build a model. It's called the LLM. So they actually train almost all the data in the world, which is available in online. So they make it everything to one model, which is called a large language model. And the large language model, because it train everything, so it knows almost everything, right? But it's because this model is pretty big, so it's much harder to treat and also fine tune. How to actually implement it, much harder than just normal machine learning models. We call many of the LLM models as Gen AI. Gen AI means generative AI, which means that there are many different models, and one of model is actually the generating the text. So it's kind of some certain algorithm. There's an encoding, decoding manner. So there are many different architecture we can build. So we call everything as a generative AI. Uh, and then this one is the course that should make AI engineering very popular. And then recently, actually, the AI agent system is getting very popular. Now it's called the AI-powered decision system. So it's not only model, but we are actually building the system. So AI engineer, you can actually hear that we are building all of the systems, which is autonomous, and also actually make the decision for you. So you can do something, some actions for you. So previously, Gen AI cannot make any action. It's just so something like ChatGPT, right? You can ask something, they give the answer to you. But now, actually, AI agent can actually make the action. So even though you don't, uh, I mean, you have to actually ask, but it can actually think, it can make a plan, and it can actually make the action for you. So I think you hear about the five coding nowadays. So all of the coding agents, the AI agents, they can actually make the coding for you if you ask some instruction. Yeah, but it's actually do more than what you asked. So, and then you can give them more guidance to the agent, then agent can work for you. And the agent can talk each other, you can program the way. So, the engineers, actually, they program those and also make the systems, not only just the model itself. And then many cloud actually system also you can actually utilize many AWS, Azure, Google, Google Drive, Google the Cloud, and many other the cloud. So it's more like the architecture than just a simple programming nowadays. Okay, so understanding the role of the AI engineer. As I mentioned, AI engineer is not just coding. It's not only model. It's more like full stack AI, the AI work. Uh, Previously we have a ML app engineer, which is actually the all the operation of the machine learning. There is a ML app engineer can should manage all the process, but the AI engineer is more broader scope than ML app engineer. So now ML app engineer do what actually the AI engineer do what ML app engineer does, but it actually does more than actually ML app engineers. Previously, ML app engineer was actually working on traditional machine learning models, but AI engineer, we are working on like LLM based chatbot, the large language model, and also fine tuning and also building systems, end-to-end ML systems. So we are working more broadly. So we do like some statistics as well, like the collaborating with the many data scientists as well. Also infrastructure, we work on GPU. So because large language model is pretty big, so oftentimes you have to use the GPU, the memory. Because CPU is not enough oftentimes. So we have to configure a lot of the GPU systems and also memory. You have to do the management of the memory system. A lot of stuff. Other more than that, actually, you have to work on algorithms and also the modelings. You have to configure the models, orchestrate the systems, many components. So the responsibility is much broader now, actually. And also, you need to understand the large language model very well. And the LLM model, they're changing very quickly. So you have to catch up. You have to catch up the latest news. And also, the technology change very quickly. So we are actually frontier. So have to, you have to learn every time when you work. At the same time, you have to learn very quickly. You have to accept the new things uh, very quickly. This is very important. So because the LLM model that you are using will be outdated after 2 weeks or 1 week. The next week something else coming up. So you have to always listen to the news and everything, and you have to try very quickly. Yeah. So yeah. So and then also we are working on a lot of the RAG framework. RAG means that the retriever augmentation generator. So which means that we retrieve the information and you actually augment it, meaning that you manipulate it, process it, and you do a lot of the chunking, a lot of the processing, and then you generate the text or image. There are many data formats, so you have to work on uh, all the actually what data engineer did before, but on top of it, you have to do more. You have to actually orchestrate, you have to architecture everything. And then you work on API a lot, actually. API management. Nowadays, there's a MCP, it's a model concept protocol. So you have to work on protocol too, actually. You're actually dealing with a lot of tools when you build a like AI agent system. Actually, you have to integrate with the many tools. Tools means that something like the chat slacks or not many different tools. Some tools are coding tools or the web searching tools. Many tools can be managed in one server, which called it MCP. So there are many things you have to work on. So network engineering also involved in the AI engineer. And also metrics, how can actually evaluate your AI agent or how to evaluate your fine-tune model. So those are actually more metrics than traditional metrics of the machine learning. So those are actually new concept, a lot of stuff. For example, MCP, you need to evaluate the approximation of the tool selection. Actually, those are not wasn't there before, no, but now we have to actually evaluate those metrics as well. Yeah. So yeah, so AI engineer is more like architect, but then just a one component. Yeah, so to be a AI engineer, not is a skill set that you need. So mathematics is a basic, statistics you have to know. I mean, before actually you do something, you need to have a foundation of not the basic mathematics. And then also coding skill is very important. Every day you have to code from the morning to almost finish time. So Python is the main language, but not only Python, but we work on many different languages too. For example, like we have to work on front end, the Python is more like back end. So you have to be able to understand, at least understand, TypeScript or the JavaScript to deal with the front end people, and sure that you can actually build some front end AI front end as well sometimes. And then machine learning, deep learning is a very it is also basic, but we also working on this one as well. Yeah, but machine learning and deep learning, and plus we work on large language model and also multi-model LLM, which is actually understand the images. Also diffusion model, which is actually generating the images. There are many different large language models, models actually. So those are also we have to deal with it. And yeah, data processing, data handling, the basic. Every time you do whatever you do, you have to deal with the data processing. NLP, so because a lot of the large language models actually deal with a lot of the text, you need to be able to process your text as well, and these are basic, and then the data has to be right format to utilized in LLM, and also a lot of the coding is actually more like the processing the text. Yeah, so here it's not here, but there's an image. Also, some of the models that should dealing with the image. The diffusion model is dealing with the image. So image processing sometimes, but more like a large language model is more like text. There's a first. So yeah, you need to be able to work on the NLP, the natural language processing, and also problem solving skills. So every company have a different problems. And also they apply the AI in different way. So you have to be not, where you are going to. Usually, you have to deal with that, not the what they are trying to solve, and then apply the AI in different way. Uh, yeah, but the principle is same. Just the application is different, and then you have to know more specific in domain, the domain, to apply the AI. Yeah, so I made some AI engineering architecture, just a very basic, the very high level. So AI engineering, we are training the model from the many different source, and also data processing, and also feature store. It's actually this is actually the traditional ML, machine learning deep learning process. Plus, we are actually working with many different LLM diffusion models and big models, large models. And also, it's not here, but we do a lot of the fine tuning. So open source LLM, actually, which is already in open source, but you can fine tune with your data. They can make it more expert in your domain than just the open source LLM. So there are fine-tuning techniques that you can apply in this architecture. Then deployment is big thing. So you have to deploy and you have to deliver the application to customers. Yeah, so many products actually can deliver with the API, or it can be other format of the product as well. Yeah, so key skills for and also technical knowledges to be AI engineer is that the regression. This is a traditional ML, regression, classification, also and also deep learning, machine learning, and also LLM, and also diffusion model, many different open source models. Yeah, also you need to be to actually deal with the deep learning LLM. You need to understand, the memory system. You need to be able to, the manage the resources, the big data scaling up the resources is very important. And also tools for Python, actually PyTorch is mostly used for LLM. TensorFlow and also used, it's not for LLM much, but for ML or deep learning. So TensorFlow is a lot used. So these two are very important. And also to scale up your data processing, the Spark or PySpark or Airflow. Airflow is actually you can manage with some visual effects in the some the program like the Airflow here. So these tools are very important. And also for vision model, yeah, so for example, the training vision model to detect the defect, you need to be so because of the image data is very big, so you need to be able to scale up on your process. So Spark is very good tool to use it, but you need to actually code it. You have to have a very good coding skill. And also foundational the ML knowledge, something like the bias difference between bias and variance and loss function, how to read the loss value when you train your deep learning model or fine tuning the LLM model. The loss function is very important. So you need to be having the foundational ML knowledge on those. And also tooling for PyTorch for prototyping, also TensorFlow for deployment. So you can actually integrate with the many different tools using these languages. Then yeah, so and then the ETL means that the actually is the data processing for the Spark and PySpark, and orchestrating the with the Airflow and cloud storage. Those skills is very important. Uh, yeah, so yeah, so I put some example here, but more examples for many different use cases. Yeah, so to be AI engineer, a lot of the interview process has been passed. Nowadays, so many if many companies actually working remotely. Some company work hybrid, but many companies are remote. So a lot of the interviews in remote, from the telephone, I mean the telephone interview and also video interview, there are all of the steps. So for one company, at least you have to do 3 or 4 interviews to get a job in this area. But some company, final interview, oftentimes they invite them to the on-site final interview. But before final interview, it's more like the video interview or telephone interview. So you need to be familiar with the interview process in uh, video call, which we are doing right now. So yeah, and then also optimizing your resume is very important, because now anyone can actually apply very easily through the online. So everyone can actually submit. They can submit resume to many different companies if they want to. They can submit like 100 resumes one day, like very easily. So your resume, because all the people, all the companies, actually they are receiving too many resumes right now. So the to get selected, they don't read everything, too many, too much. So they just screen very quickly based on the keyword or what they're looking for. So it has to be customize your resume a lot. You have to your resume has to be very very fit to the company where you are applied to. You have to make the keyword really closely. So you have to read the job description of the jobs, and then make your resume more more the visible to the HR. So the first step is they will check your resume, and then they will screen based on the keyword. Uh, so almost half of the resume will be gone after they just screen. Then the screening will be done by the HR. HR doesn't know much about technical side, but they have a keyword, so they will screen first. So if you don't pass this first step, then you can actually go further. So the keyword is very important when you write your resume. So some people just click nowadays in the LinkedIn, they can click several times. Just one click, you can submit, with your existing resume. But I think it is not good idea. You have to read the job description thoroughly. Then you have to make your resume more that particular job first. And, there is more chance to actually get the interview. So getting interview, I think, is a first step that you have to work on. Because with the interview, you cannot get a job. Right? So we have to pass the first filtering. And then also after that, there will be hiring manager interview. They will ask some technical interviews, uh, but they will be just verbally. But many companies after that they do coding tests. The many companies. So coding skill, they want to make sure your coding skills. So there are many ways to practice this lead code which is out there. You can find it very easily. Yeah, so you can actually practice with that, and also other Python problems. The coding, the test coding, the practice, the platforms are out there too. So I cannot tell which one is better, but everything is very actually excellent. The tools, but this lead lead code, I think everyone knows already. This is very good practice. A lot of use cases, and you can practice a lot. And also after that, many of the company they actually test your architecture skill. Because a lot of the AI system has to be scaled. Uh, so they want to make sure that you can design the architecture, AI architecture. So those another test you have to pass through in the interview. So they will ask you how to design certain use case, how are you gonna design your AI system, and you have to be able to answer that. Also, sometimes they ask you to draw the whiteboard, how you can actually scale up the AI system. So you have to be able to to explain very well. And then yeah, and also yeah. So I write down here. Yeah, resume. So in the resume, it's actually good to show that you have like some measurable outcomes. So for example, you accomplish the building AI system so that the company saves a lot of money, something like that. You have to be show some accomplishment. So tools used nowadays, a lot of tools there for AI. So if you can say, I have used the link chain to build the AI system. Link chain is a very typical and popular tool right now. So if you can actually prove that you can do it, then it's a more possibility that you can get a job there. Uh, yeah, so technical can be every company have a different technology they are focused on. So lead code is a more general type of the coding, but this actually base, and then you have to be able to prove that more technologies, technical skills that you can contribute to the company. So for example, some medical companies, then you should be able to prove that you can apply AI in medical industry, medical domain, right? So if you have some major, like your own major, that helps. So in the industry, so my major was geophysics, actually, geophysics, and also engineering. So yeah, so I could actually get into the energy industry much easier because my background is on those area. So they prefer your domain, to people who has a domain knowledge. Even though you're AI engineer, if you have a domain knowledge, then it's a plus. Yeah, and then yeah, I mentioned already about system design. So many system is a big scale, also real time, the real time system. So we work on all of the real time process, actually the data pipeline, and also deploying the AI in real time. So Rec framework, which also a lot of times is a real time process. And also dashboard, you work on the dashboard as well, but you also real time as well. It's not like static the dashboard. It has to be real time because of the backend also real time. Yeah, real time means I think everyone knows that it's a streaming data. So data is flowing. It's not like static. Yeah, so yeah, there are many interview platform, the mock interview as well. So you can practice each other, or you can use some mock interview platform where you can meet random people to practice together. So you can actually practice that the building streaming anomaly detector in the mock interview. How so someone else can actually ask about those hard questions and you can try to answer. They will be helping actually. Yeah, there are several actually platforms, but I think every platform is pretty good. So it's just the important thing is that you have to stick on one platform and keep trying. If you change very quickly on another platform, it might not be working because you should be deeply practice in one part with the one platform. I think that's the most important. And yes, discuss about signal noise and threshold metrics. And all of the interview questions it will be about metrics. So, for example, how you can uh, evaluate your fine-tuned uh, large language model, how you can actually evaluate. There are many ways, but it's very important that you can answer properly and also more systematically. So, yeah, there are like not the luge process, luge the matrix, also blue, and also precision, recall, accuracy, and also LLM as a charge nowadays. Not the LLM can be charged, but there are many different ways. But it's very important that you can understand fully before you can answer, right? So uh, maybe we having more thorough knowledge on what is AI engineer and what they're doing, that will help, right? So, and also production readiness. So our goal is making products, not we make the AI product, AI application. So you have to think about what they are actually looking for. So if you are ready for what to do, then it will be much easier. But if you don't understand what they're looking for, then it will be very hard. Because I couldn't, when I interview people, it's very hard to find the people who actually understand AI engineering, not much. But if you know the final goal, like we want like AI app, AI powered application, not for making those what you have to do, right? So you have an answer. You can think about it. So get ready on try to practice the not the what you have to do, not the to make the AI app, right? So if you can answer, if you have an idea, then yeah, you can actually answer to those questions. Uh, and also to build this kind of app, the streaming data I mentioned earlier, streaming pipeline is very important. Time series, or it can be not time series, it can be something else too. But the streaming pipeline, how you can design, it's more like data engineering, but AI engineer we do that too. So how you can actually design the pipelines, the streaming data pipelines, is very important. So some the make how you make the streaming more the regular, more the not the more stable. Right. So this some of the techniques, sliding windows or just score, something like this. So those will be good to understand. So because the AI engineering part, engineer is more like not the more technical role. So you need to know all of the technical the knowledges on this. Right? So for the tools, Kafka, PyTorch, and many other tools, it's good to know. I mean, you have to know actually about tools. And also scalability, so also how to interpret, also how to deploy. Those are actually main jobs that we are doing. So yeah, so think about what can be good. I mean, what can be a good person in the job, right? So the AI engineering, what kind of people can be good AI engineer? If you practice on that, yeah, those are what they mean. So AI engineering school recent three set some learning this history. So everyone is saying, so if you practice a little bit more, then the job years should be a big chance for everyone to get start in from right now. Right now, demand is much bigger, so Yeah, especially more demand than the limited number of people right now. So if you are ready, then yeah, I think the jobs are plenty right now. And also because AI engineering is very broad, the work scope is pretty big, so we have to work on all kind of people too. Not because we are dealing with our kind of process almost end to end full stack. So we have to work with the PM, product managers, also engineers, also operation teams. You have to work many different people. Uh, yeah, so soft skill is very important. You have to be dealing with, you have to actually talk differently to different people, different domain, different department. It's very important. You have to work together. You cannot work yourself. And also, you have to, oftentimes you have to talk to executives, the very high CEO, CTO, CEO, very often. So yeah, you have to explain very well because CEO doesn't understand technology very much. So you have to make it easier to understand. Yeah, my boss is kind of COO, executive the operation officer. So I have to report to him. But his lack of the understanding on AI engineering, so I have to make it more easier. That's very important. Uh, Also, you have to keep learning. You have to update it. To the up to date technology all the time. Because the technology changes very quickly. Next week is different technology, every time. So you have to stay updated with the latest papers. And also GitHubs, you have to publish. You can actually publish GitHubs yourself. You can make some your own project and share with other people. Publish your paper. Go to the conference. A lot of the new the technology coming up in the conference. And you can also network. I think it's very important. And also, uh, yeah, I already mentioned that AI is very cross-functional, so you have to talk to many different people. So yeah, so communication, yeah, obviously you have to communicate and also listen. You have to listen more listen than the talking, not the but you have to talk to, right? Uh, and also in startup, oftentimes you have to own your the area actually, the AI area. So you have to get it done on time. You have to you are responsible for the part. If you don't do it, then the whole team fail. So you have to own your area and get it done. The ownership is very important. And yeah, so and also you can contribute to many open source projects. So you can speak on the conference, so that you can actually increase your the networking. The yeah, so you can meet other AI engineers and exchange knowledges. So I think the soft skills and differentiation, this is very important. Not just the technical skills. Okay, so yeah, I think we actually go to like what this AI engineering is, the trend in the market right now, and also what skill set we have to be AI engineer. And we go through like some the soft skills and the differentiation. And then here are like some the resources. We can find out like the yeah, the deep learning AI is pretty good. And many different papers. You can see new papers every day almost. New knowledge, new things are coming up. And always looking at it, but it's too much now, sometimes. But yeah, the important papers every day, reading one paper a day, I think they will help. And many papers actually including the code, so you can see that how AI engineer actually coded to make things work, right? Uh, and then the yeah, and then Yeah, we actually talk about some the job prep, job interview, how to can prepare. Yeah, and then also for uh, the streaming data, actually we use a lot of the face AI. You know, but they have some the materials too, so you can learn from the users. Yeah, then yeah, so I think those are pretty much everything. I welcome any questions that you want to actually ask. Any questions or uh, any curiosity on like this industry, AI engineering. Thank you very much.